Alright fellas, this is 265 Chevy here. We're doing the first part one of the house renovation. This is the room that we're going to be putting the washer and dryer in. This room used to be, well, they got some work been done to it before, after Katrina. And this room used to be like, it's going to be a fish room. It was actually, me and my wife was into bedders, raising bedders and stuff like that a while back, before Katrina, before 2005. Had a lot of fun doing it, and we was going to actually really get into it a lot more. So we was going to dedicate this room for it. But time has changed. Not going to do the bedder thing anymore. So this room has actually became a junk room. So we actually really haven't never done anything with it, and all we do is just throw everything up in here. So before I got sick, we actually cleaned the room out, took everything out of here, and we decided to put the washer and dryer in here and from out of the kitchen. So let me show you what I have. The washer and dryer is going to go against that window. This room is going to actually turn into like a laundry room slash computer room. So I'm actually going to take over half of this room, put a computer in, a desk and all that good stuff, and totally get out of the kitchen. Pretty much where I watch all my videos are in the kitchen on my laptop. But I'm pretty much of a gamer too, so you know, gonna make a little decent room for me to hang out in. My wife don't like me smoking cigarettes inside, so I'm gonna try to take over this room if she lets me. But what we have here, well, first of all, let me tell you, this is not a how-to. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know, but the prices that I'm getting is pretty extraordinary. Got a plumber over here. First of all, there's no plumbing in this room whatsoever. So right now what I'm doing is gutting out the wall. Right up there, it's actually towards the attic. Well, the hot water heater's in the attic, and what I'm thinking is I'm gonna bring the hot and cold and the gas line from the attic down this thing, just whatever you want to call this right here, this opening. Bring it down and then plumb it from right up in here. I'm going to use PEX. They gave me a price about maybe $1,500 to run everything using PEX. I went and did some research and went to Home Depot. 100 foot of PEX is like 40 bucks. You know, so I'm looking at materials around 200. So I'm looking at $1,300 worth of labor. And I was going to pull everything off like I'm doing now. So to me, if they can do it, I can do it. Fasticat, I know you're the plumber of the group. I'm going to send you a message. I want you to help me out with a little bit if you can. You know, tell me a little bit about PEX, what's the best thing to use and stuff like that. But that's my goals. I'm gonna bring the plumbing down here, through there, come around, and I'm gonna put a box right up in here for hot and water, hot and cold, to hook up the washer and dryer. I'll run the gas line up into there. Now the electrical, they got one electrical outlet, which is another thing wrong with this house. And the plumbing to drain it is going to have to go downstairs. So I'm going to have to rip open the outside wall to run the plumbing downstairs. I'll show you that in a minute. But while I have that open, I'm going to run the electrical up the wall the way they have it. I'll show you outside how they did it a while back, which it looks, you know, tacky, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna do it another way. But I'm gonna have to run some electricity. I'm gonna have to run it all the way up to the front to the panel box. Never did any type of that work before too, you know, which is a little scary, fellas, to be honest with you. This house is 120 years old or older. Anything that I do wrong electrically is that it could burn the son of a bitch down. And I know, since I'm a fireman, I know how these houses go when they go. So they burn, and they burn pretty good. This house is not rotted. I mean, look at the timber in this thing. I mean, this house is built very solid. But this is where I'm at. I'm going to have to bring you up in the attic. I'm going to show you how I'm going to have to run the pipes up there, what I'm going to have to go through to get the pipes over here. And then I'll show you how I'm going to have to run the drain pipes down and show you what I'm going to have to go through to do that. This is a pretty big job just to put a washer and dryer in this room. Truthfully, I mean, it's a lot easier keeping it where it's at. I could have just ran the drains. Plus, I'm going to have to open up this floor right here. And because the wall outside probably comes to right about here somewhere. They're not on top of one another. So for me to run the drain pipe, I'm going to have to tap into this wall. So I'm going to have to rip off some of this floor so I can run the pipe underneath and then go down and run the pipe over and then come up probably in this corner. Come up to run the drain for the washing machine. It's pretty extensive work. I'm going to have to do the same thing up in the attic. You got a floor. I'm going to have to rip it up somewhat to run the pipes coming down. So let me stop it right now. I'm going to bring you upstairs and I'm going to show you upstairs and what I'm going to have to do up there. I'll be right back. Alright fellas, we're here in the attic. Alright, what we have is, well, I had to do a lot of work up here. At one point in time, this place was pretty fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry, messed up. After we did the back wall, after we put that window in, everything was pretty much just all on the floor and it was a big mess. So what I did is came up here, cleaned everything up, made some room for me to work. But here's a hot water heater. And there's the gas line. Okay, I'm going to have to tap into the gas line. And I'm going to have to tap into these hot and cold water lines. It's kind of amazing to me here too is that I see that the lines, even the old lines, are only 1/2 inch. Which really, to get the volume of water, you really should be 3/4. But they only use 1/2 inch. They only use 1/2 inch probably since, you know, the 1900s, whenever this was built. So I ain't gonna be able to replace all that. It's way too much work. So what I'm gonna tee into these, this one's gonna be eliminated. No, this one's gonna be teed into, and then I'm gonna run PEX, run it all the way down to over there. Same thing with the gas line, run it up and run it over. This line's going to be eliminated. This goes to nowhere. Then I'm going to run it over, run it down, run it across. Now where that wall is back here. And there's flooring back here. So what I'm going to have to do is drill a pilot hole to find out where it's coming out at. Where's the top, and then come up here, use a Dremel and cut the tongue and groove off, then remove some of those boards to run the pipe down. But I want to tuck it up underneath so it don't take up any floor space. You know, I could just run it along the floor or whatever, but I'm going to tuck it up on the rafters and then run it up, then run it completely over. So that way, you know, nothing can hit it or anything else like that. So that's going to be some extensive work right there. Just put, you know, dirty, pulling up the floor, you know, running the PEX. I don't know nothing about PEX, fellas. I hear that it's easy. I don't know what to really use or whatever. So I'm going to I'm going to give a message to FasterCat. I'm asking him to watch this video and see if he can give me a little guide on how to do it, what to do, what to buy, and all that stuff. I know up north in New England, and you got lucky there, you beat us faster with that late touchdown by Brady that killed me, but that's okay. But well, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, oh, okay, I'm going to get FasterCat maybe if he can help me out to figure out what, you know, what's going on. Now, that's up here. That's what I'm going to have to do up here to run that. Now, let me bring you downstairs on the downstairs porch to show you how I'm going to have to run the the electrical and the drain that goes in. So I'm gonna cut this off and bring you out downstairs. Alright fellas, I'm downstairs. What's gonna happen here is these weatherboards are gonna have to be pulled off. You see how they ran the electrical? They went up the conduit and they went through there underneath and they went up into it. I'm gonna do the same thing, but with the other pipe. But to me that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna run it through the wall the way it should be done. So when I do that, I'm gonna undo this electrical and run the electrical through the wall also to eliminate that pipe. So these weatherboards are gonna have to be pulled off, and all that's gonna have to be redone, especially on this side, the top over here, and this side over here, and then some of the bottom. But I'm gonna have to do that just to fix the problem. So we'll get that done and we'll see how that works. Alright fellas, y'all have a good one. Oh, and this is part 1, and I'll keep on trying to give you some updates on what I get accomplished and everything else like that. Sorry about the shaky cam. Y'all have a good day. Later.